Okay, coming back at you all, because I've got some parts to show off. I know that's only a silly little old 4L60E transmission, but it's been built pretty damn good, I'd say. We've got a billet pressure control solenoid thing here on the side. Inside we've got new drums, what are they called? The Sunshell gears, all new clutches, roller, something or other. I'm not a transmission person, but he's built it with some power. And then on the front, we've had it since about Christmas time, the B&M 3000 RPM high stall torque converter. So that's getting ready. I just got to get some trans fluid, drop some trans fluid into the torque converter, slide that under there, and made it all up. In the meantime, I had another order which has come in. So we've got a Lokar 6141. No, that's that pedal there. Oh yeah, anyway, we've got the Lokar floor mounted accelerator pedal, and I'm just making up a template to use to drill out my floorboard. While I was at it, I got the 6141 curved brake pedal. Going off the sizes, I think this was like a 61 to 65 Chevy full size. So the Apache's pedal covers about 3/4 the size in the back here. So it does slop ever so slightly, but once you drill those holes and mount that through the plate, it ain't going to be slopping nowhere. And the slop will allow me to mount it either inwards or outwards from where the accelerator pedal is. And overall, I think the standard brake pedal is about yay big, so this is quite a bit bigger pedal, so that'll be nice. We've got the Lokar 6006 dimmer and just a straight accelerator cable, 36-inch accelerator cable to mount up as well. We've had it for a while now. Oh, actually, we'll do that one first because that stood out. Got that the other week, and my son did the surrounds for us, so they'll be going on shortly as well. And the AC pump bracketing and what have you from Lokar, Vintage Air. So I've got all of that to go on yet. I forgot all about it. And then in the box in the back, we've got the real goodies, the Eddie Motorsport billet hood hinges. So I just got to take the hood off and mount those puppies up at some stage. And then I've also got to do a transmission cooler. So I don't like how the factory lines here come out of the side of the trans, drop down past the collector for the 4 exhausts, run under the trans to the collector on the other side of the engine, past all the headers to the front of the car. So I'm going to basically run mine out of here, across to the chassis rail, straight down the chassis rail. Why don't we just turn around? So out of the transmission, across to the chassis rail, down the chassis rail, out the front of the chassis rail in front of the air conditioner. So that's the plan. I've just got to get some dash 6 piping, but I've got all the other fittings. And while we're here, I'm just going to run around here because we're talking about brake pedals. So there's the old brake pedal. So the Lokar one comes out to about there somewhere. So later on tonight, the accelerator pedal is going to be coming out. You can see I'm getting ready to drill. That's where the old factory pedal used to be, so I'm going to try and get it as close to that and inboard as I can. But what we have down here is the top end of the CPP brake master cylinder, and I drilled, oh, you can just see it down the bottom there, and put in a couple of riv nuts. So I borrowed a riv nut tool. Unfortunately, the riv nut tool wasn't big enough, so I had to go and make another little extension which I stuck on there, and then put a sleeve over the whole lot with a washer to get down to the riv nut, but we got there in the end. And when you press on the brake spring, you can see that's opening and closing. So it's a full brake return pedal. Couple of 6mm bolts down under there, straight into the piece of 5mm plate with a couple of riv nuts. So that's all done and all working. So that'll tick off another thing for the LVVTA man and be nicely covered up by that once we put it all back together. So, yep, a couple of big wheels. They've got to go in the back. Just got to do control arms yet. But as you can see, there's not actually that much left to get the old girl on the road. So now that winter's coming and it's dirty and it's dark and I can't be bothered going out anywhere, I suppose we do some work on it.